Matrices A and B are defined as follows. So we have the matrix A, which contains the entries 1 and 4, and the matrix B, which contains the entries 2 and -3. And it says here, calculate the matrix products A times B. So what is A multiplied by B? What is matrix A multiplied by matrix B? First, we have this matrix, which is matrix A, and matrix A is of order 1 times 1. I'm sorry, is of order 1 times 2. 1 times 2, what does that mean? That means it has one row, and 2 columns, 1 and 2. So it has one row and 2 columns, 1 and 2. Now matrix B has the order 2 by 1. What does that mean? That means it has 2 rows, 1, 2, and 1 column, 1. And so the order of matrix A is 1 times 1. I'm sorry, the order of matrix A is 1 times 2, and the order of matrix B is 2 times 1. Now we know that multiplication is defined with these two matrices, A times B, in that order because these two numbers are the same. Now, what is the resultant matrix that we'll get when we multiply these two matrices? Well, we get a matrix that is of order 1 by 1, which means it has one row and it has one column. And so it'll be like this, row 1, column 1. So it has one entry, and that entry would be in row 1, column 1. And this is going to be the formula that's going to help us to multiply these two matrices. So AB is equal to 1, 4, and 2 and -3. Now we have to take row 1, this row 1, and multiply it by column 1, just like how this formula says. Row 1 multiplied by column 1. And what do we have? Well, we have 1 times 2, right? So 1 times 2 multiplied by, and then we have 4 times -3. 4 times -3. So row 1, column 1. 1 times 2, 4 times -3. Next, what we have to do is we have to multiply. So we have 1 times 2 is simply 2, and 4 times -3 is a -12. A positive multiplied by a negative is definitely a negative. So we have 2 minus 12, and 2 minus 12 is 10. And I'm sorry, 2 minus 12 is a -10. And so that means that AB is going to be equal to the matrix, which contains the entry -10. And that's the answer to this question. Next, we have to determine a BA. What is BA, or B times A? We know that matrix A is defined, I'm sorry, we know that matrix A has the order 1 times 4. Is that right? No, I'm sorry. Matrix B has, because remember we're trying to do B times A. And so we're trying to do B times A, okay? So matrix B has the order of 2 times 1, because it has 2 rows and 1 column. So this is 1 row, a next row, and 1 column, like that. So it has 2 rows and a 1 column. So it's a 2 by 1 matrix. And matrix A has the order 1 by 2, because it has a 1 row, right? It has 1 row and 2 columns, 1, 2. And so what we have here, we notice that these two numbers are the same. And so since these two numbers are the same, that means that B times A is defined. That means that we could multiply these two matrices. The multiplication is defined among these two matrices, B times A, in that order. And so, but what is the resultant matrix when we multiply these two matrices? Well, the resultant matrix is going to be of order 2 by 2. And when we say 2 by 2, this is what it looks like. It has row 1, column 1, then this entry, row 1, column 2, row 2, column 1, and row 2, column 2. And so this is what the resultant matrix is going to look like. And this is going to be a formula that's going to help us to multiply B times A. So for B times A, what we have to do is we have to do row 1, column 1. So what we have, row 1 is 2. That's the only thing that's in row 1. So we have to do row 1, column 1. So it's going to be 2 times 1. That's what we have here. So row 1, column 1, 2 times 1, which is 2 times 1 here. Next, we have row 1, column 2. So we're going to say row 1, column 2. So we have 2 times 4, and that's going to be this particular entry. And then for this one, we have row 2, column 1. So we have to go to row 2, column 1. So we have negative 3 times 1. So negative 3 times 1. And then we have row 2, column 2. So we have negative 3 times 4. So this is negative 3 times 4. Next, we multiply. We have 2 times 1, which is 2. 2 times 4, which is 8. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. And so that means that B times A is equal to the matrix that has the following entries: 2, 8, negative 3, and negative 12. And this is a 2 by 2 matrix. And this is the answer to this question.